In February, when I was on a medical mission in northern Gaza, a Palestinian cardiologist named Marwan Sultan showed me what was left of the Indonesian hospital, a 100-bed facility that had been shelled and raided by Israeli forces. The building was riddled with shrapnel scars. Its hallways were dark and cluttered with debris. But there were reasons to be hopeful. At the time, Gaza was protected by a ceasefire and aid was flowing in. "We hope that this is the end of the war so we can rebuild our hospital," Sultan told me. A month later, Israeli authorities blocked further aid from entering Gaza. On March 18th, Israel ended the ceasefire and resumed military attacks. A few weeks after that, the World Health Organization reported that the Indonesian hospital was out of service due to continued military presence. An Indonesian hospital staff member was killed, the WHO said, and almost all of the facility's patients had to be evacuated. Sultan refused to leave because he wanted to stay with his patients. In a statement, the IDF accused Hamas of using hospital infrastructure and staff for terrorist activities. On July 2nd, Sultan was killed by an Israeli missile, along with his wife, a daughter, a sister, a niece, and a son-in-law. At the time, they were displaced from their home, staying with other families in a multi-story apartment building near the Mediterranean. The surviving daughter has said that the missile was dropped on his room exactly, on his place, on him precisely. The rest of the apartment was intact, she said. In photographs of the damage, a gaping hole is visible at the site of the strike. When I asked the Israeli military about Sultan's killing, the IDF said in a statement that it had targeted a senior Hamas terrorist operative, and that it regrets any harm to uninvolved civilians. It refused to say whether Sultan was the target. Sultan, who worked as a professor of medicine at the Islamic University of Gaza, was reportedly one of only 2 heart specialists left in northern Gaza. Colleagues described his killing as catastrophic for the medical community as a whole, and particularly for medical trainees who have kept the territory's remaining hospitals running. Sultan's family and the doctors he worked with allege that he was assassinated because of his position within Gaza's healthcare system. They targeted him because he is a human. He is someone kind, and everyone in Gaza knew him, a medical student whom I met during my trip told me.